What's going on there, YouTube? This is ODC, that's me, and I'm back with another action figure review. This is my review of the Ultimate Captain America from the Marvel Legends 2-pack with Nick Fury. This was the World War II Ultimate version of Captain America. Kind of similar to the way he looked in the movie. There are some differences, though, some big differences, but I could see where you could connect the lines with the movie version. Unfortunately, I did buy this guy loose, I don't know, a couple years ago, and I just, I'm a completist and I wanted to get all the versions of Captain America, so I decided to grab this guy a while ago. I do not have any of the packaging, unfortunately, so I apologize for that. And I don't even have the Nick Fury. I just basically bought this guy complete and basically by himself. So with that being said, let me get to his accessories here. He comes with a really nice shield, to be honest with you. I wish we got more shields like this, to be honest, because I really like having the physical straps there, as opposed to just having a peg and that kind of articulation, which is on the regular Marvel Legends. So, but this is a really nice shield. It's a little warped, nothing too crazy. You could probably reform it with some hot water or some boiling water, for that matter. You can form it any which way you want, and then use the your freezer to permanently shape it in the proper way that you'd like. But it does have these nice straps on the back, and they're detailed by themselves, so it looks very good. I really like how this is sculpted. It's actually sculpted. This isn't just painted. These stars and the stripes are sculpted in, and then it's painted. There's no bleeding going on, so it's a pretty decent paint. Maybe a couple of the stars are a little bit smudged, but nothing too crazy. Still looks pretty good. And then he has a pistol or a sidearm. If I can get out of his hand. He's had it in his hand for, oh my god, forever. So he does come with a 45 as a 1911, or a 45, whatever, which way you'd like to look at it. I usually call them 1911s. Colt 45s, but looks really good. Wish there was some paint detail on here. It's just basically a gray gun, but I guess it works. I'd like to see a little bit of a wood grain on the handle, or like a brown, to match the traditional 1911, and maybe just do it black on the where the chamber is, or the slide in the chamber. But other than that, still looks good. It's a gun, and his helmet is removable. Here's his helmet. Everything is really nice sculpting job. The A is just painted on. If this will focus, there we go. The A is painted on, and it's got nice straps sculpted on there, and it does fit his head very nicely. So those are his accessories. Here is the last accessory, and his vest does come off. It is removable. There's a peg right there, as you can see, and the peg just goes and pops right back on like that. It can pop off fairly easily, so if you are getting this guy into different poses and stuff, it can be kind of a pain in the rear end with that peg always popping off. But nothing too crazy. I think he's got a lot of really good detail. I really like the mold for this. It really does give him a very much needed World War II feel to him. And I mean, there are some drawbacks to his articulation. He doesn't really have an ankle pivot at all. So there's no pivot at all. He basically has the same articulation as the Winter Soldier, where it just kind of does the forward and back motion. The biggest drawback, I'd say, I'm just going to take this vest off. The biggest drawback, I think, is the Y joints, because these Y joints are like almost frozen into one place, so I can really only do this with his leg. I can't move that ball because it's just stuck. and I can't. I'd have to get some hot water and do it, but it's kind of stuck. So, well, I guess I moved it a little bit there. So, but when I first got this guy, they were frozen. I could not get them. So this leg kind of does this, and then this leg only goes out. So it's kind of a pain. I think the only other gripe I have with this is they got a little sloppy with the buttons here. As you can see there, it looks a little bit sloppy, and the ab crunch, I can never get the ab crunch where I want it to be. I mean, that seems like he's pushing forward a little bit, and then if I move it that back, now it looks like he's leaning back. So, I mean, that's just my little gripes and my little nitpicks, and I tend to do that a lot. So, if you don't like it, tough. But other than that, I think he's a really nice figure. I really like the detail, what they did. You can see he's got like a little red turtleneck on under there. Turtleneck man does what he can. Sorry. You watch Chapman Films channel, check that channel out. He's a turtleneck man on that. But anyways, back to this figure. I'll go through his articulation real quick. His head does swivel. No neck hinge, so his head doesn't really move up and down. It just kind of does the DC Universe Classics jiggle effect. But it does do a full 360 if you want it to. His arm does go up, goes down. He does have a bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, and a wrist hinge, and a wrist rotation. So, does have an ab crunch, which is a nice ratchet feel to him, which is very nice. I like that. He has a waist swivel. He has the wide jointed hips, which I hate, and he has double jointed knees and a ankle hinge going forward and back. So there you go. That's his articulation. Let me get all his stuff back on him here. Time to get dressed. Time to go to school. You're late. Well, I don't want to go to school, Mom. You have to. You have to go learn. Okay. Alright, I don't know what that was. Sorry. But there you go. I'll pop his helmet back on. I think the only other gripe I really have, I think he's a really nice, solid figure. I really like the real nice World War II feel he has to him. But my last gripe is his teeth. They look kind of bloody, like he got punched in the mouth or something. If you can see here, let me get up. What the heck is going on here? Here we go. Yeah, his teeth look like a little bit like red or bloody or something. But other than that, still really nice. Not a big fan of any open mouth sculpt, so, but still looks good. He looks better with the helmet on than off, obviously. And this thing keeps popping off. Like I said before, this vest does like to pop off a lot. So, let me pop his shield back on here. Come on. And it fits in nicely, and it doesn't really move that much, so you can shake him and it won't wobble or anything. There's no wobbling effect. And his gun does fit nicely in his hand, like so. A little bit of a tight fit, but kind of want that for a gun. So, there you go. There is my review. If I had to rate this guy, I'd probably give him an 8.5. I think he's a really nice, solid figure. Really good detail to him. He's lacking in some ankle articulation, but that's nothing too crazy about it. Most of my DC Universe Classics are lacking in ankle articulation, so I don't really mind it that much. It doesn't really bother me. It doesn't stop me from being able to get this guy into poses. So I definitely, if you're a Captain America fan or just a Marvel fan and you're a completist, I would definitely go after this guy. He's from the 2-pack. He also had a single-carded variant where he came with a Tommy gun and a little bit better head sculpt. But that's pretty much going to wrap up my Marvel Legends 2-pack. He did come in the 2-pack with Nick Fury, but he is a Marvel Legends, the Ultimate Captain America from the World War II edition. So let me know what you guys think. Rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the flip side.